Welcome to Runegistics. I make fast guides here designed to help you accomplish an old school RuneScape goal or task as quickly and efficiently as possible. Today's walkthrough is for the quest Haunted Mine. Feel free to follow the inventory tracker, pause points, and pre-fight indicators at your leisure. Here are the prerequisite quest requirements and level requirements necessary to complete Haunted Mine. To complete this quest, you'll need the following tradable items. You should take the time to gather the following materials prior to beginning this quest. Here are the helpful but not absolutely necessary items for this quest. All of these items are basically here just for the final fight with Treus Dayth, which can be an intimidating fight for a lot of people, especially after watching Swampletics. However, the secret to beating this boss relatively easily is in the gear you choose to wear. More on that later though. For now, just know to bring some good healing food, a few prayer potions, and something for run energy restoration. Speaking of Treus Dayth, that's the only NPC you need to kill for this quest. It's a very well designed fight that challenges an early to mid game player, so make sure you take it all in and have some fun. Magic is recommended for the final fight against Treus Dayth, since this boss has a -5 magic defense stat. Specifically, using Crumble Undead works very well here. It's not absolutely required, but it does make this much easier because you will be taking a lot of damage from environmental mechanics throughout the fight and should prepare for that more than the actual boss itself. Because of this, I would highly recommend wearing very high melee defense pieces, like rune armor. This will heavily reduce the amount of damage you take from the animated objects like the cranes, minecarts, etc. Combining this with utilizing the prayer spell Protect from missiles to mitigate the animated pickaxes, and this fight really becomes a one-sided DPS race in your favor. So to sum it up, use magic attacks, preferably Crumble Undead, and wear high melee defense armor like rune. On this lower level account for the recording, I used a Mod Podge of rune and mithril pieces with an Atiz Knot helm that I was just excited that I recently got, as well as an imbued skull scepter so I could auto cast Crumble Undead. Here is the optimal starting inventory for this quest, which will remain on screen and continuously update. A very quick note here, make sure you leave a couple of open inventory spaces since you will be collecting a few things throughout this quest. To begin this quest, speak to the Saradomin Zealot hanging around outside of the Haunted Mine in southwestern Mauritania. Tell him you are allied with Saradomin, Guthix, or have no allegiance. Basically just don't say you're allied to Zamorak. Accept the quest and ask about other entrances to the mine. Then pickpocket him to get a key. Once you have the key, head south and then west and enter the southern cave tunnel. Once inside, move east and go down the ladder. Then east again and down another ladder again. Move to the mine tracks from here and stop. Note the position of the minecart here. You need to head south on these tracks but cannot get caught by the minecart. Otherwise you're going to take a very nasty amount of damage. To avoid this, just make sure the minecart is aware moving away from your destination. You can utilize the small alcoves on the side of the tracks as well, like I did here. Once you're past the tracks, head down another ladder. Once down the ladder, pick one of the glowing fungi near the swampy area, then head north to a stationary minecart. Put the picked fungus into the minecart, then head north to a group of levers. Here you have to play a musical lever game and pull them in a specific order. To make it easy, look north like I am here and pull in this order. Pull levers 2, then 1, then 3, then 5, then 4. Once you're done with the levers, wrap back around to the swampy area and then north and west until you see the point settings board. Select the start button on this board to see the minecarts move. Once you're done, climb back up to the surface via the ladders you took previously, making sure to dodge the minecart again. Once back on the surface, enter the northern mine tunnel, then down the ladder right in front of you. From here, run east and north until you reach another ladder to go down. Descend and move west to north, going down the ladder in the very corner. As soon as you climb down, you'll see a minecart, which contains your fungus. Collect it from the minecart, then go back up the ladder. From here, run south and east until you reach another ladder in the northeastern part of the room. Climb down the ladder, then head south and grab one of the chisels hanging out on the top of the crates. From here, use the silver key you got from the Zealot on the water valve in the corner of the area surrounded by the water pipes. This will activate the lift near you, which you should run around and enter to descend down the mine. Going down, you'll land in a pool of water, where you should head south and east and descend the stairs. And now we have reached a stop point and the incoming fight. This is the fight against Treus Dayth. Intimidating to some, and yes, I will admit it is a pain in the ass at times. This boss has 5 major mechanics. The first 2 are his specific abilities. He casts magic spells at you and he teleports around the room. Very slowly, I might add. Those are pretty straightforward and simple. The 3 other ones are environmental mechanics and what makes the haunted mine, I guess, haunted. Scattered all around the room are minecarts, cranes, and crates. Minecarts move just like the minecarts we've dodged previously. Well, the ones you guys dodged. Get caught in the cart path and you will regret everything you've done in life up to this point. The cranes spin around in a 360-degree radius and do some damage if you are in that radius. Avoid the radius, avoid the damage. The crates are definitely probably the most annoying and deal the most damage. At random points, pickaxes will fly out of these crates and hit you, doing a beefy amount of damage. This is unavoidable and can be mitigated with Protect from missiles, which is recommended at all times here. More so than Protect from magic because Treus Dayth teleports so much, you will 100% find yourself running to the boss, casting 2, maybe 3 spells, and then the boss teleporting away. At which point you'll have to run all around the bad stuff again just to attack it 2 or 3 more times. This is literally just a game of hide and seek, but there are planted traps and killer bees all over the place. An important tip here is to watch the arrow follows Treus Dayth as it maneuvers around the room during the teleport, so you can follow it as quickly as possible, as well as making sure to position yourself as far away from the minecarts and cranes as possible. It's not the boss that kills you in this fight, it is the environment 100%. If you remember the suggested equipment section from earlier, you'll remember that I said you should use magic here, as well as high melee defense armor, while using Protect from missiles. This covers all your bases and drastically reduces the amount of damage you take. I mean, like, it makes this extremely trivial in my opinion. The melee defense armor protects from the cranes, which at times you can avoid, especially while you're running around trying to keep up with Treus Dayth. Protect from missiles mitigates the axe damage. And the cart damage, well, I mean, you should never get caught in the carts anyway. How do I know this helps so much? Because I tried this boss, got absolutely dumpstered, and then went and changed out my gear and came back and did it again, and it was way easier. So I'll just play this fight out here, which there isn't much to it. Grab the innocent looking key, which spawns the boss. Then run to whatever location the boss is at and get your few casts / attacks in. Soon after, Treus Dayth will teleport out and move around the room, with a small arrow following it. You should follow the arrow, avoiding the cranes and minecarts as best as you can. At least make sure of the minecarts. Then get another few hits in. You'll probably realize really quick you need to make all the casts you can on this boss count, because this is 100% just a DPS race. Also make a note of the locations the boss is moving to in this recording, because those are the preferred spots. It almost always stays on this side of the room. Having high healing food to counter the unavoidable damage, as well as being able to constantly run and avoid moving obstacles, makes this fight go pretty quickly. I started this fight with 14 cooked karambwans and had to eat only 7 of them. So feel free to use that knowledge when figuring out how much damage to expect, since aside from getting hit by minecarts, it's likely going to be close to the same for you as it was for me. Once Treus Dayth is defeated, grab the innocent looking key again, then head back up the stairs you came down from. Head west and down the stairs at the end of the corridor. Head east through the doors with the key you have now and over to the salve crystal nodes. Cut a crystal from one of the nodes, which will then complete the quest. Congratulations, not nearly as bad as you thought, huh?